What if I told you that someone close to you is planning to lie to you today, and you probably won't even notice? Studies show the average person gets lied to almost 200 times a day. Your best friend lies about where they were last night. Your family lies about who finished the leftovers. Your boss lies about why your project got rejected. Most people just take it. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could become a human lie detector and catch every single lie before it leaves their mouth? Detectives and FBI agents have been using a handful of hidden tricks for decades, and today I'm going to hand you 7 of the most powerful ones. Let's start with the magic question trick. Most people ask terrible questions. They ask, "Did you go out last night?" And any liar can answer that with one word. Instead, ask a question that assumes the thing already happened. What made you stay out so late last night? Now they can't just say yes or no. They have to either tell the truth or invent a whole story. And inventing stories is exactly where liars trip themselves up. Next is the 5-second rule. And this one feels like a superpower. The moment you ask a difficult question, watch them for exactly 5 seconds. Not 6, not 4. 5. Because in those 5 seconds, their brain is still scrambling, and their body leaks the truth their mouth refuses to say. Watch for the small things. A hand drifting to the face. Eyes looking down and to the side. A pause that lasts a beat too long. A voice that suddenly changes pitch. One sign is nothing. But 2 or more inside that window, and you've caught them. The third trick is the one FBI agents reach for first. It's called the baseline. Before you ask anything important, watch how the person behaves when nothing is at stake. How fast they talk. Where their hands go. Whether they make eye contact. That is their normal mode. Once you know their baseline, you can spot the moment they leave it. If a confident talker suddenly stares at the floor, that's a red flag. If a calm friend suddenly speeds up, something just shifted. Now it gets sneaky. The double-check trap is almost unfair. Ask about the same event twice, but in 2 different ways. First, you went to the movies yesterday, right? Then 10 minutes later, what movie did you end up watching? Truth tellers stay consistent because they're remembering a real moment. Liars are remembering a fake story, and fake stories are almost impossible to keep straight. The 5th trick is the wishy-washy words trap. When people lie, they soften their language with words like maybe, I think, probably, I guess. They do this on purpose, even if they don't realize it. They're leaving themselves an escape route in case you push back. A truthful person says, I was at home. A liar says, I think I was probably at home. The weaker the language, the louder the warning. Trick number 6 is the interrupt trick, and it short-circuits their brain. Right when they're deep into their story, stop them and ask a question about something that happened just before. If they're telling you, so I went to the store and bought milk, you jump in with, wait, what were you doing right before you left the house? Lying takes massive mental effort. When you interrupt, you force them to juggle their fake timeline and your new question at the same time. Most liars freeze, contradict themselves, or accidentally start telling a different version. And the last trick is the secret weapon, the fake detail trap. Slip a wrong piece of information into the conversation and see what happens. Try. You mentioned it was raining that afternoon, even though they never said a word about rain. A truthful person corrects you almost on reflex. No, it wasn't raining. But a liar will often nod along because the story is already so fragile that arguing with you feels safer than risking a contradiction. There you have it. 7 tools used by the best detectives in the world, now sitting in your hands. Combine them with your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Try one on the next person who tells you a story that doesn't quite add up. and watch the truth surface in seconds. If this helped you see through someone, smash that like button. Subscribe for more secrets like this, and I'll see you in the next one.